we got our red mono Yuno in the building. So of course Yuno is going to be the additional, or not the additional, the other character that is going to be available for global. Not only is it just going to be Language, but it's also going to be Yuno. Now to be honest, realistically me doing this PVE video for him is kind of slightly unnecessary because you're just not going to be using this man on PVE. Now, can you use him on PvP? Of course you can. You know, you can go about, you know, if you're able to, and if the game allows you to, depending on what raid you're doing, if you can apply the silence and the total silence, like if the debuff is being applied, then you're chilling. Then Yuno himself is actually working pretty nicely. So obviously in this case, of course, what I can do with my boy Yuno is, first things first, we just have to take that little bit of a hit, give myself that removal of the debuff, give my speed up. Of course I'm trying to work with red units that global will have. Of course, as time goes on, the red mono team will get buffed up tremendously. But yeah, when it comes to the event side of things on the bosses that you're fighting, if you can really stick on the debuffs, then Yuno could actually come in clutch, because of course with his first skill we can neutralize the enemy using any huge attacks. Resorting for that, they have to use their regular attacks, right? Resulting for them to use their regular attacks, their first skill, as you could say. So applying this, we're also pulling the taunt, so if you want to make a tanky Yuno, that might also be advisable. So what I will do is I'll get the shield on Yuno, since he's going to be pulling the boss himself. Obviously the other grunts we can quite easily take care of, not a problem. Alrighty, so we'll just kind of do this. There we go. So the boss is going to come in, and because we've got the total silence right there, they have to resort to using their regular attack. So I mean, I wouldn't say Yuno is like completely lost for PvE. It's just he's again, you got to keep in mind with his first skill and the second skill, it's all RNG play. So like you got well, right now I've got a 60% chance to get that 20% increased mobility by attacking the character with silence or total silence, and then of course the second skill I've got a 40% chance to get the silence on, and then of course the ultimate and the combination skill are pretty much solid and a way to go. So right, what I will do is, obviously we're gonna hope and pray we get the percentage in our hand. Did we get it? Damn, 60%. I didn't get the increased mobility. Oh, this game has robbed me. But in most situations that I found myself in, yeah, debuff immunity is a very consistent thing. So yeah, it's Yuno on PVE. I can't say that, oh, he's forever lost, you can't use him. It's just in most scenarios you can't use him. But there are some scenarios in PVEs where if you want to throw him into the mix of things just to kind of silence the enemy, or more importantly total silence them, then yeah, you can do so. Like, it's not, all hope is not lost. But as I've mentioned in my tier list, he is for PvE most definitely like a B rank, C rank type of character. Now again, when it comes to the PvE side of so like in scenarios like this, of course, with like PvE content, you can use Yuno quite comfortably, although it is a bit as a risk factor, because you've got to keep in mind, you know, Yuno is completely being able to shut off the, oh my god, I kind of goofed up there. Yuno is actually able to shut off the enemy from using their ultimate and second skill, which means it kind of resorts to using their first skill. Now in modes and situations like as I'm doing right here, I just hopped onto the Raya one since Raya's green typing and whatever, and also it's a good example because of course with Raya, you kind of want to get hit by his second skill and ultimate, because it's single target and he always goes for the tank, and then of course with the characters that you're taking, it kind of helps out the tank to kind of get back to, you know, full health and barrier and whatnot. So Yuno kind of makes things a little bit difficult for you because he shuts off those single targets and he focuses and makes the enemy focus on using their first skill, which is of course AoE. So like, if you're able to debuff the boss itself, then yeah, okay, Yuno can work. But in situations like this, I don't know about it, Chief. I don't know about it. So obviously right now my Noel is kind of sleeping, so we're going to apply the barrier. Obviously both my freaking characters are sleeping. God damn it, we got so unlucky here. So obviously right now, right here, I do not want to apply that ultimate, because if I apply that ultimate, the next time Raya comes back, he's doing AoE, which I don't want. Because right now Raya is focused on Radis, so he's going to do his single target towards Radis, which is what we want. Obviously second skill is not available, otherwise I would have fired that off, but then that's also making it so that Raya can't do a single target attack. So like in situations like these, I mean, it is a bit of a risk factor, and because silence and total silence haven't been applied, that first skill is basically dead. It's dead weight. It's not doing anything for me. So obviously with certain fights, yes, debuffs can be applied, and yes, Yuno can be used, but Yuno is a bit of a weighted character, because honestly, you kind of want Raya to have that option to actually use his single targets, so that way it gives the rest of your team that break, because if he's just consistently firing off that first skill, then it's kind of scary. If we're in a boss situation where the first skill is giving us a break, then absolutely, yeah, let's get the ultimate going, let's get the combination going, let's see if I can seal off his second skill, because if the second skill and the ultimate are the problem, and you're able to debuff the enemy, then in this case, for example right now, if we fire it off, then yeah, Yuno could be used quite comfortably. And of course, you know, eventually when Global gets to the red mono team, you know, it'll kind of speed up the process of kind of get some damage off. So right there, we've pulled the taunt. So if you want to build up your Yuno in a tanky way, because I also do have a tanky kit for him, which I should have showed in the how to build video, but that's fine. Well, technically it's still kind of the same. I just build up more tankiness on the substats. But regardless, so what I will do in this scenario is, because we've shut off his second skill and ultimate, we can rely on now him applying the AoE attack on his first skill. So we're just going to bump up on that, and as you saw right there, because right there Raya would have used his ultimate, but because we completely shut him off, it didn't happen. So what I will do is we'll just kind of do this, get some damage going, and then of course we'll be able to tank a little bit more. Raya's going to come in once again with the first skill. This is gonna hurt. Thank God. Oh yeah, I was going to say he's not going to stun us. Whew, although my magic attack is going down, so this is not good. Should have brought some attackers rather than M attackers. Okay, that's fine. So that's kind of where we're at, and so yeah, Yuno can be utilized in that way. But as you guys can see, second skill is still on delay, first skill is dead weight, ultimate is nowhere to be seen. It's just, yeah, Yuno at this point is dead weight. At this point, this man is just complete and utter dead weight. So that's kind of, you know, something that you need to think about. Like I said, in PVE side of things, I wouldn't really recommend Yuno to be used. But can he? Of course. It just really depends on the situation and event and raid that you've kind of put him in. So right now, we're not going to be able to complete this raid because, you know, unfortunately, I'm essentially a unit down. Because, yeah, my Yuno really, he ain't doing much, boys. He really ain't doing much. I'm just going to have to hope and pray that. I don't know what I can do, actually. Raditz is dead. Okay, we can actually apply the barrier here. This is going to be handy. We've still got heals. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. So we managed to just kind of avoid that. We're kind of building up to our ultimate, which is pretty nice. So I kind of want to save that, because then of course that AoE is going to be coming in. So he's going to single target me. I might as well. Should I pop the ult? I might as well. Actually, no, we could survive. We've got a little bit of barrier. We can just about. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what I will do is I'll drop that. We'll get the barrier plate up. I don't think there's really much I can do in this scenario here. Okay, Kana, beautifully done. And then I'll give myself some heals. There's that single target. So this is the play that I want. I want that. Oh my god, he just gave him everything. Okay, so what I am going to do right now is I'm actually going to go for the ultimate. So we'll get the taunt and we'll get the total silence going. So now that kind of blocks him from using his ultimate. Actually, we might be able to do this. We might be able to. Oh no, yeah. So the first skill is just making life a whole lot difficult right now. Jesus Christ. I should have gone for the first skill there, because there was no point getting the silence on since he's already completely blocked off. Okay, yeah, so this is a prime example of Yuno just cucked. I just cucked myself. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that ultimate. I should have just kept using the first skill. Yeah, so Yuno just cucked. Yeah, you cucked us, mate. Well, that's a prime example. Look, you can't use Yuno in everything, alright? Even though if you're able to apply the debuff. God damn, my man ain't cutting it. So I assume there's not really much I can do here. So I'm just going to kind of take it slow and steady since there's no rush. We'll just kind of play it out to how I normally play it. Usually I've got another main attacker here kind of supporting my Noel, but in this case I'm going to see if we can... I mean, well... No, what am I thinking? There's no way we're going to get anything shot off here. Okay, well, let's just play it out. Okay, hold up, buddy. Whoa. Why are you doing so many turns right there? So this ultimate ain't really going to do much. Yeah, I mean, the Greymore comes in handy. Dropping the defense, so there's that. But when it comes to shutting the enemy down, it ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, I would say it's pretty poor for Yuno himself with PVE content. Now again, with Yuno, look, he's not completely useless and hopeless when it comes to PVE content. You know, it's just very rarely would you ever say, Yuno could work in this. You know, I mean, look, at some point, yeah, you could actually say that, and you know, Yuno could very well work in that. You know, to anyone that is a Yuno fan, I get it, but for the most part, he's just not going to be the pick. He's just not it. Like I said, BC rank at the very most when it comes to how this man is being worked on the PvE side of things. Like when it comes to the Spire game mode, so like a mode like this is picture perfect because it kind of is kind of replicating like a PvP type of format. So like, this is where Yuno does perfectly well in. Like for PvP, Yuno is pretty freaking good. I mean, right there is a prime example of a Yuno team. So like, yeah, this is kind of where Yuno is at. Like, so when it comes to Yuno himself, if you're all about the red mono team, or if you're all about just kind of shutting down a main attacker, and you're into PvP, of course, then consider for the Yuno. That's simple as that. If you're going in for the Yuno, being like, yes, PvE is where it's at, that is the wrong. That's the wrong mindset that you want to be in. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that's that. I did try my best to kind of use him because I haven't barely. When I got the Yuno, I barely used him on PvE, so maybe I was like, maybe there is hope for the man. Yeah, no, there's no hope. There's keep him on PvP, boys. Keep him on PvP.